NATO has promised to defend Eastern Europe against Russian aggression, and this is how that promise looks. What it means, though, is that there is now a very definite tit-for-tat between the two sides, and it's being played out on the edges of the continent. We travelled with the Defence Secretary Michael Fallon through Eastern Europe on a 36-hour solidarity tour. First stop, Poland, to watch a large amphibious landing exercise. 17 NATO countries are taking part, 5,500 troops, more than 40 aircraft. Russia's enemies, all on this one beach and less than 100 miles from its border.
This is all about imagery, a show of force for Vladimir Putin's benefit. And Moscow has reacted. Within the last few days, a Russian ship sailed within a mile of the NATO fleet. It became a little close for comfort, one NATO official told me.
Not everything works with military precision. A Polish landing craft caught in the waves sinks, barely 30 metres offshore. No one was hurt. This, though, is the easy bit, really. The true test for NATO would only come if Russia ever did invade.
NATO would respond as adequate to restore the situation, well, in the best interest of our allies.
But that would mean going into combat?
If necessary.
The command centre for this exercise is HMS Ocean in the Baltic Sea. She's sailing alongside Polish, Italian and American ships and has US and Finnish Navy officers on board. The Defence Secretary tells me that Britain is ready to stand tall again.
We're demonstrating by exercises like this that this is not a game, that we are ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with our allies and commit to the collective defence of NATO.
From Poland we fly northeast to Estonia and Amari Air Base. 4 RAF Typhoon fighter jets are on a 4-month detachment here, patrolling the skies for Russian bombers. When big NATO exercises are taking place, like the one back in Poland, it can get pretty busy here.
So far we're already busier than we were last year with Baltic Air Policing, so we've only been here for 6-7 weeks now, but we've actually done more scrambles over the entire 4-month period. So for aircrew pilots, it's been really good for us to get some airborne action.
It's a sign of the times that bilateral meetings between NATO defence ministers are now taking place on US warships in the Baltic Sea or on former Soviet air bases in Eastern Europe. It's not easy convincing Russia that you mean business when everybody knows that defence isn't a priority under this British government. The Russian defence budget is growing, Britain's isn't. Until it does, its bark will sound worse than its bite. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News, Eastern Europe.